Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. So, Deadpool, tearing it up still. All right?
Yeah.
It's tearing it up. Destroying. It has now earned more money than any X-Men movie domestically.
Mm-hmm. And like I told you last week, it had already beaten X3.
Yeah, and it's right now.
Oh, and I said X3 was the number one because we had a whole little thing back and forth. You said that it made the least amount of money. X3.
Yeah, it actually made more. I saw that in the graphic. So I was like, damn, I was wrong on that one. Yeah. All right, so right now worldwide it's sitting at 491. Now it's only freaking 2 weeks in, so we got a long way to go.
You think it'll make $1 billion?
No, I don't think it'll make $1 billion. You said that it was $1 billion. I did not.
Hey, how many people thought it was going to make 100?
I knew that was going to happen. I just didn't think it was going to do, what's that? Yeah, 491. I didn't think that. I thought that, like in its whole theatrical run, maybe. But anyway, currently the worldwide leader in the X-Men franchise is actually Days of Future Past with $747 million worldwide. Mm-hmm. So, kind of makes you think though now, and we talked about it briefly in the last episode. Do you honestly think that he will come out in an X-Men movie?
Who?
Deadpool.
Yes.
Yes.
It'll be later. It will probably be after. It'll be after Deadpool 2. After they determine if they're going to do X-Force. It's going to be a cameo. It's not going to be a full thing. Like he's going to be in the whole movie. It'll be like, hey, we kind of stumbled along on Deadpool, or you know who we really need for this. Deadpool type deal. It'll be a cameo. It won't be a major thing, but obviously they're going to do it because. It'll help boost X-Men. Not like X-Men movies really need help right now, but it's like it'll confirm the crossover. They need something to cross over, and if they can cross him over to X-Men, which like he's such a meta character that they can, and that links them to Cable, it links them to X-Force, and then they can branch off and say, okay, X-Force is mutants and they're part of X-Men. So. Yes, they're definitely going to do it.
Well, then you got Channing Tatum as Gambit, and we'll see what that.
This whole crap, we forgot Channing Tatum was Gambit. We totally forgot about Channing Tatum.
Actually, no, you did. You brought him up when we were talking about Taylor Kitsch.
I mean, because I want Taylor Kitsch to still be Gambit. I don't want Channing Tatum. Look, I love Channing Tatum. Look. As close to a man crush as I can have after Ryan Reynolds is Channing Tatum, but I don't want him to be my Gambit. Hey, I'm secure.
You heard it here first on the goods.
To say that.
That's your bromances.
Love you, Channing
Tatum. All right. Well, he's ready to Channing your Tatums. All right. So
nice.
Does he twerk as Gambit? That's what I want to know. Does he? All right. Anyway.
The women they could bring in for that movie.
If he twerks as Gambit, yeah, with the cards, he's going. All right. So Deadpool's very, it's the in thing now. I mean, he's and well deserved, man. It's a freaking awesome movie, and I bought the video game actually yesterday, and that game is freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, it is.
It is amazing.
A little late to the party, but
yeah, I'm very late to the party. Sorry, guys. But anyway, so big thing now, and now there is a fan petition to have Ryan Reynolds host Saturday Night Live. As Deadpool. What do you think about that?
I think it's cool. I think it's cool for a skit. I think like how they did the Adam Driver where they had him be Matt be Kylo Ren. I think it's cool for a skit. For the whole show, no, don't do it. But have Ryan Reynolds host. I think it would be great to have him host. I don't remember, has he ever hosted before?
He hosted in 2009. But because of the whole thing with Deadpool back then, he was never in costume.
Oh, okay. Well, see, this would be great. And it's like they could play on the stitched up Deadpool. They could do the now Deadpool, and just like he could do opening. The opening monologue is Deadpool, and he could do like one of their SNL shorts.
The film shorts.
Yeah, he do a film short as Deadpool, and then let him just. I'm like he's great as far as improvising. So I mean, I think he'd be great for Saturday Night Live. And I was like, so let him do it. Like bring him on. It's like get that man some work.
He don't need any work, man. He's done his job freaking marketing this damn movie to number one.
I want to see him on Saturday Night Live.
I want to see him on Saturday Night Live.
They sometimes they bring some people who aren't ready. Ronda Rousey wasn't ready.
Ronda Rousey was not ready.
Donald Trump wasn't ready.
That was
like, give me Ryan Reynolds. Give me some good people. Give me some people who can think on their feet and who won't have to sit up there and look at the teleprompter off the side of the screen to read their lines. And I was like, come on.
I mean, come on. So another thing with that is that there is actually a spoof of Deadpool and a surgical mask and a surgical hat, and he's got his latex gloves, like if he's gonna.
Oh yeah.
And it's supposed to parry
the Kanye thing.
Yeah, the Kanye thing. It's freaking hilarious.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Poor Kanye.
Poor Kanye.
That's right. Hey, look.
Poor Kanye's booty hole.
Hey, first it was his girlfriend, so I mean, if you gonna do that, be with somebody you love. Do it with somebody you love.
I don't know about one in the stink. All right, so for our good buddy Prince Solomon out there, here is some Spawn news.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane finished the reboot to Spawn. It's 183 pages, and obviously the studios more than likely are going to cut it to at least 120 to 150.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think he said he was going to try it because he knew they were going to do it.
Yeah, they're probably going to do it, so he'd rather do it. But he wants to direct this movie. Now, Spawn hasn't been seen on the big screen since 1997 with Michael Jai White as Spawn and John Leguizamo as the clown / Violator. So this time around, though, actually, you know what? That's kind of an underrated movie, I think.
It became a cult classic.
It was a cult classic once it hit.
And it didn't lose money.
No, it did not. Actually,
I think it was made for like 40 something, and they made like 86.
Yes, it was very good. It was 40 million budget and 87 million from 40. From box office. That does not include all of the money for video sales and DVD sales and all that stuff.
It surprises me they never made a sequel out of this movie.
So, I'm pretty sure that they wanted to, but yeah.
You know how the movie turned out aside. We make sequels to stuff that just because it made. How many Transformers sequels did we get just because it made money?
You heard it here first.
And we couldn't get a Spawn sequel.
After the next You Don't Hate, the one after that, Spawn, You Don't Hate. What do you think?
You don't hate Spawn.
You don't hate Spawn. We're gonna do that one anyway. So it did become a cult classic in a home video, and now McFarlane actually he wants to direct this one. He wants to direct it himself. He doesn't want to mess around this time and let anybody else hold on to it.
Yeah, because you remember it's like for Terry. Like Terry was actually a black character, and the studio made him put a white character because they felt like it was a black movie. They was like all the characters were black, all the main characters were black, and they were like, we felt like it was a black movie. So
I don't remember Terry being black.
Yeah, Terry's black in the comic book.
But not in the HBO comic, and not in the HBO show.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He's like.
Don't make me put up a graphic. He's black. I
put up a graphic.
I will put up a graphic. Dude, I read the comic books from their inception, and it's like he was black.
I thought it was like The Rock.
Terry was black. Terry was black.
White.
Chapel was black. Wanda was black. Al was black. Everybody was black except for the main villain. I can't remember. Sorry, now I'm a big Spawn fan.
Malebolgia?
No, well, Malebolgia was a demon, but
well, he wasn't.
No,
he was black.
The CIA agent that sent him out to do all the hits and stuff like that. That's the only white characters really in the
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen's character.
What is this?
Can't remember his name.
Hey,
but,
help us,
and
please.
I feel stupid about it. But basically, so when he pitched the film to them, he's like, these are all the characters, and they were like, we need another white character in here because this is seeming like a black movie. Todd McFarlane actually says this, and he was like, that's the reason why Terry's white in the movie, because they felt like it was a black. He's like, I wrote black characters because that's what I felt. That's what I thought my characters were. Right?
He's got some soul, baby.
He has some people that believe in some black characters. And the studio made him change Terry to white, which I don't have a problem with them doing. I don't mind changing ethnicities of characters and stuff like that. But you felt, when he said that, you felt that he didn't really have control of his own film.
Right, and I think that's probably why he wants to direct it, to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
He didn't even direct the HBO show, so it was like, I'm not sure if I really want him to do it.
But he was involved in it.
I know, he was involved. I want him to be a producer. I want him to say, this is how my character works. This is what you should do. This is what he is. This is what he's not. I'm not sure if I want him to be a director. Give me a good director.
Well, speaking of that HBO show, the first one especially, excellent. Y'all need to watch it. Keith David does an awesome job as voicing Spawn. As a matter of fact, to me, he needs to voice Spawn.
You think they can get Keith David because Spawn's all jacked up anyway, so we really don't need him to look like he's young. So
I'll take it.
Put some makeup on it and stuff like that. But now the other part about it too is that they wanted it to be rated R. Do you think that is in response to the Deadpool thing?
Absolutely not. I think this is. Let me see. Spawn came out in '97. Making the next one rated R probably happened in '98.
I mean, because the cartoon was TVMA, so I mean it was already on the adult side. Right. So making this rated R is not a jump from it.
No.
But one thing I actually I was thinking about is like the announcement of this script, because he's announced it before back in a few years back in like 2011 or something like that. And I gotta look up the dates, but like some years back, he said he already was working on getting the film in production and it didn't do anything. So he's like all of a sudden saying like, hey, I got the script ready. Is it because, you know, the success of an R-rated film is like, let me throw Spawn out there so now people can, because you know studios are looking for R-rated properties. Let me throw it out there now so that way people can look at me and try to pick me up.
I think it helps, but the content itself is R-rated regardless. So you know, I mean, it helps a little bit, but it's not. I don't think it's a major factor in it.
Okay.
But yeah, what he wants to do on this one though, he wants to actually go a little bit more horror.
And which it should be. I mean, because it's about demons and hell.
Yeah, he wants to be. He wants to make this more horror, more less superhero, and more horror. Where he's the ghost, he's the specter, he's the you know, the one that's creeping, he's the boogeyman. He's, you know, so it's about really Spawn. So, you know, what Godzilla should have been. Yeah, that's what he wants. he wants that for Spawn this time around. Now, I think that actually, I've heard that Jamie Foxx is interested in playing Spawn.
I heard it too, but I want Michael Jai White back.
Mulligan, do over.
I want a Ryan Reynolds. That's what we're gonna call this. I want a Ryan Reynolds. Give me a Ryan Reynolds. Give Michael Jai White another shot. I like that. Michael Jai White is still in great shape. Once again, he doesn't have to be young because Spawn is. I mean, he's burnt he looks like hamburger, and that's what term that they use in a comic book. He looks like hamburger. That's what Spawn is, and it's like Michael Jai White did. I mean, he sold me as Al Simmons, and not that I don't believe in Jamie Foxx as an actor, and I know Jamie Foxx as an actor,
an Oscar winner,
would sell tickets to this film, but on the heels of Electro, and I know.
That's what. Okay, you cannot judge him on Electro. I mean, it was bad, yes, okay, but Electro and Spawn, completely different characters. Completely different characters. So he would have to have the mindset to go the other way. I mean, look at what he did. Like, you know, compared to from Collateral to.
I don't say that he's not a great actor.
Let me finish. From. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. No, from Collateral compared to what he played in Any Given Sunday, compared to Ray. I mean, he's versatile. He can go all the way.
Definitely.
So, you know, I think he has a good shot. I think you're right. It might be for namesake only. You know, he's talented. But you're probably right. If they want to sell it, I agree with you 110%. Though,
if they want people to go to see this movie.
Give it to Michael Jai White.
No. If they want people to go see it, cast Jamie Foxx.
No, I'm saying
if they want me to be happy and watch this movie,
cast
give me Michael Jai White. Give me. I would say Dynamite, but that's not what I mean.
Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite.
That's right, baby.
I want Black Dynamite back.
Yeah,
and back is my Spawn. That's my Spawn.
And I want Spawn to do the little Dolomite kick.
That would be awesome. That's a tie-in right there. That'd be awesome.
So we were talking about earlier about Saturday Night Live and Ryan Reynolds being a part of it, and you mentioned Ronda Rousey. Well, Ronda Rousey, not only is she going to do the remake for Roadhouse coming soon and recover from the ass whooping she got from her home, she wants to play Samus? How do you say that? Samus in Metroid. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Hold on a second. Can we have a girl that beat her behind come do a cameo in there and watch her freak out?
That would be freaking sweet. Okay, it would have been better if she would have came out on Saturday Night Live.
Sorry, Rhonda. That one little thing on Saturday Night Live was actually good. Okay, back on track. All right, so as Samus, the character of Samus doesn't have a lot of dialogue in the video game. So if they do like they used to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
he doesn't talk that much.
He just doesn't talk that much.
Or Van Damme. Van
Damme didn't talk that much. Both of them had like super heavy accents. You really don't want to hear him talk anyway. And all you want to do is, you know, somebody be in an outfit and stuff like that, running through, destroying, you know, the Metroids and getting to Mother Brain and beating Mother Brain and blah blah. I mean, that was what the video game was. And then at the end, you found out it was a woman. Like, oh, the time it was a girl.
And she talked about the thing, her hair went on.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna be in a helmet. How much dialogue are you gonna say in the helmet?
Or they just say, hey,
in a spacesuit.
You're going to be a cameo because we're just going to show you at the end.
Basically. There's going to be the stuntman's movie.
Well, that'll be interesting. Let us know what you think about that little bit of interest there with her. So we've been talking a lot about rated R and all that. And one of the biggest miniseries that happened in the, I would say probably late 80s, early 90s, something like that, was Stephen King's It.
Okay.
All right. Tim Curry, absolutely excellent as Pennywise. Well, they've remade it. They're gonna remake it actually, and they're gonna make it rated R and release it theatrically. how do you feel about the extra content, I guess, that can make it a little bit more frightening, a little bit more gory, a little bit more, I mean,
you mean like
intense?
extra content to the scare factor to it, or extra content as far as to the story? Because it was a miniseries, so I mean, it's going to be less content. It's going to be more compact and concise.
Right, but I'm talking about as far as the horror element is a little bit more.
I'm okay with it. It was like, it was creepy enough just with him, what they did in the TV format for it. And it was just like, oh, hide in the sewers and come down here. And especially if you're,
it floats, Georgie.
It floats,
floats, Georgie.
And I mean, it was creepy enough as that. And I think if they build on that and just don't get crazy with it, going CGI and making him do all this extra stuff and, just deal with the whole, the creepiness of a clown telling you to do stuff like that. If they build on that, that's fine. But, they're not.
Who plays Pennywise?
I have no idea. Because
bring back Tim Curry, I say.
Yeah, I mean, great.
He's in makeup anyway.
Yeah,
he's in makeup anyway. But if you had to choose, who do you think? Who do you think?
Who's the guy who played Rorschach?
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
But he already killed.
He didn't kill Freddy.
He killed Freddy.
I don't think he did a bad job as Freddy. I just don't think people were ready to
Frederick.
I don't think anybody was ready to see a remake to that film.
He was Frederick Krueger. And you know what? And speaking of, it was...
Sidetrack.
Oh, sorry.
We're getting sidetracked.
No sidetrack. All right. You don't want to say what's his actor's name? I don't even remember. What is his name? Oh my God, I feel so horrible.
We're going to put it up.
We'll put it up. Or it'll be on the red ink.
Yeah.
One of those. I'm sorry. All right. Well, let us know what you think about that remake idea and who should play Pennywise. Tell us that one too.
Okay.
So, a couple episodes ago, we were talking about movies turned into television series.
Okay.
We've been talking about this a lot actually lately because it's happening a lot. Mm-hmm. Just recently, the Cruel Intentions and whatever it was, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Dirty Dancing.
Okay.
Not that I care about that one. Possibly Friday the 13th.
Okay. That would wait, we already did Friday the 13th.
No, but this one revolving around Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
Lethal Weapon with Damon Wayans as Murtaugh.
That would be funny.
That'd be interesting.
Wait.
I just can't imagine Damon Wayans playing an old guy now.
And who else? Damon Wayans.
We don't know. We don't know yet. I don't know who it would be.
Can we get Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell as Riggs?
Yeah.
He's not funny.
How do you know? Yeah, he is. In
Horrible Bosses?
Yes. Can we get Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell as Riggs.
Yes.
Martin Riggs.
Yes.
Colin Farrell.
You're gonna have to do an American accent. But no, he did Australia. I mean, Mel Gibson's Australian, right. So it'd be the same thing. He'd hide it a little bit, just like Mel Gibson's done. Genius! Colin Farrell as Riggs.
Y'all gonna have to leave
Colin Farrell is Riggs.
Comment on that one
off the top of my head.
Now here's the one that got me too. Producers,
thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Halloween, 3 to 5 seasons series, focusing on Michael Myers.
Okay.
Now Wes Craven. I mean, they just remade or they just brought Scream to the small screen.
Okay.
How would it? How do you think Halloween would do in that kind of a setting where it's expanded between to 3 to 5 seasons?
Okay, so I think that would work better than Friday the 13th because I think Friday the 13th is so limited to Camp Crystal Lake.
That's true.
That in one season
they did put him in space.
They're like outside of the space strip. Hey, would he run into Matt Damon?
Sidetrack.
All right. So anyway, I think it would work better because Jason is limited to Camp Crystal Lake, and after the first season, I'm like, who the hell is still going to this lake?
Man, don't you read stories and
exactly? So at least
urban legends.
Michael Myers at least travels. Michael went out and
But we still go to the tracks to do the car thing, so I mean, we don't learn all this because
we're idiots. But Michael Myers travels.
None of them are gonna understand.
It's a San Antonio thing.
It's a San Antonio thing. There we go.
So I mean, he followed the family and stuff like that. It's like he went and there was the whole cult thing, and it's not. He's never really been based in a particular town, so he traveled.
He's based out of Haddonfield.
For one or two.
No!
For a few movies, but not all of them.
Okay.
Yes, and I know Jason took me ahead in that one time.
Now, after Dimension lost the rights to Halloween, I mean, it's just, they really want to keep it alive now that it's trying to be brought back as a theatrical movie. It's called Halloween Returns. That originally was the title of the movie, but it looks like they're going to go to the TV route. Now, horror to TV has actually worked most recently with the Evil Dead series, Ash vs. the Evil Dead on Starz, and it's doing amazingly well. It's a freaking awesome show too. So you know what? Maybe Jamie Lee can't come back.
You really?
No, but she can't. She can't come back.
Really?
She's dead. She's dead in Resurrection. She can't. So. Anyway,
I was trying to bring back Ryan Phillippe for.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, you never know.
Really? Don't write her back in.
Let us know what you think about that.
Don't make it a prequel.
So it, Spawn, Elm Street. Gee, where are we going with that?
It looks like we're talking about old movies.
We're talking about
old horror movies.
It's time for our top five. So this week's top five, and we'll probably do a 6 through 10 on Halloween, on the Halloween season. We'll do 6 through 10, but right now we want to do our top five horror movies of all time. More or less, it's going to be tough because there's a lot of freaking great ones out there. Mm-hmm. So our director
on the other side of the camera today
actually wants to share her top five because she's a big horror fan. She writes a lot of mystery, suspense, and that kind of thing. She's Edgar Aspen Poe. So,
hey, can I get my cup ready for my spit take?
No.
So when you say when you're listening,
spit everywhere. Okay.
Terrence, you go first.
Wait. You brought your own on the side.
No, I have to go last.
No. All
right. Okay.
You're going after Terrence.
Okay. Cool. All right. So my top five. Sorry, that's my daughter, if you can hear her on the other side. All right, so my top five. I mix a little bit with new and old. Some old, there's some new on it. And I'm going to start with number 5. So, number 5, Phantasm. This movie scared me to... Are we starting out already? Are we starting out already? This movie scared me to death when I was a kid.
Rest in peace, Angus.
Exactly. Boy, that scared me to death. The little spear, the ball with the blades.
That was awesome.
In your head, and you're seeing people twitch and doing that stuff.
But the spear in part 2 was better. The sphere. Did I say spear? The sphere.
The tall man is enough to bring you nightmares. So if he had kids and stuff, I don't know how they were like, Grandpa, tall man, because he'd freak me out. We'd have never went over for Christmas. There'd been no Thanksgiving dinners.
And then of course, Number 4.
I'm gonna go Babadook. Babadook is a newer horror film, and for what it is, for what it shows you, we're still doing this. All right, for what it shows you very little, but it builds you up on the character of Babadook with the books and
scenes.
the shadows.
Good scenes.
Good scenes. This whole movie was great. And the little kid wanted to protect his mom, building the traps and stuff. You feel for the little kid. You're like, this movie's awesome.
Toy Story 3. He liked it.
I did.
Okay.
I did. I did.
He cried in Toy Story 3.
I did.
All right. Next. 3.
Number 3. I'm gonna go Insidious.
That's a good pick. I like that. That's a good pick.
Insidious is a good pick, but you poo-poo my Babadook.
I Babadooked all over it.
I set myself up for that. So Insidious. All right, so it gets you, once again, another film that builds tension, it builds suspense, it builds you into the mood, the atmosphere, shows you very little, but the music with this film, it gets you into it.
The violins were great.
It's like just and all that stuff. It was like you didn't see nothing, but that violin goes off, and you're like, what's going on? That's what makes it a great film. All right, number 2. It's upside down. I can read upside down. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Very good.
First one.
Okay.
No, I thought you said like Freddy's Revenge.
I like Freddy's Revenge. You don't hate Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
No, that is no.
You don't hate Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
No,
but Nightmare on Elm Street 1, you love. Because that was movie, because it was serious Freddy. It was Freddy who's there, and you finally got a new villain or a new I want a slasher horror
icon.
Yeah, exactly. That wasn't like the regular trope.
God.
Yeah, exactly. He could get you in your dreams. There was no escape. And it's like, you go to sleep, die, boom. It was like you couldn't go to sleep. You couldn't hide. You couldn't do nothing because eventually you were going to go to sleep.
Unless you're a dream warrior.
Eventually, you couldn't even stay awake.
And exactly, you were going to pass out. You take drugs, you can do all this other stuff, and you'll get died. And you'll get died. You'll get died.
You'll get died.
You'll get died. Number one. Hellraiser.
Jesus wept.
Exactly. Hellraiser, it was one of those films that was like, was it the characters that scared you? Was it the fact that there was no escape from them because they set you up with this whole box? And it was like you didn't have to do anything. They just put the box in front of you, and if you touched it, it solved itself, and then they would just come. I mean, they were from hell. How can you beat hell?
Well, they were angels to some, demons to others.
They were from hell.
And
How can you beat hell? It was just, that was it. Because they came for you, there was no escape. There was no, we'll run. There was no fall and break your ankle. It was like, you were there, chains were coming, they were ripping flesh apart, and they were laughing and having a good time. And then you became, or if you were like evil enough, you became one of the little demons and stuff. But the movie itself, and even if you went to hell and you tried to escape, they came for you anyway. So even when you were dead, you were messed up, they would still come get you.
Worse than when you were alive.
Exactly. So that's what makes this my number one. I can still watch it every Halloween and still get creeped out every time I see it.
Nice.
All right.
And Hellraiser 2 was awesome too. It was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Yeah. I still like number one first.
Oh yeah, all day. Doug Bradley, you're awesome as Pinhead. Mm-hmm. All right, so new to the top 5 today is our director Aspen.
All right.
Edgar Aspen Poe. Number 5.
I'm ready. Okay, number 5 is Scream, the first one, and it's on.
Cassius.
No. Listen, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna punch you in the face. I love
punch you in the face.
I love Scream so much just because of the fact that Ghostface is always someone related or close to our focus character. And that was like mind-boggling, thinking that like, oh, Ghostface is my best friend, or Ghostface is my aunt, or like something like that was like really great to figure out. Also, just like the typical
mystery,
mystery and teenage, mess, because it opens with like this girl being home alone and
Drew.
Her parents are.
They kill off a freaking all-star, a movie star right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Also, like that intro, they name iconic horror movies, so like
and Drew Barrymore is still upset about the money she lost on that film.
Yep.
Props to that. Okay, so number 4 is Chucky.
Chucky?
Yeah.
Or Child's Play?
Whatever.
No, because there's a distinct difference.
No,
Child's Play was a horror movie. Chucky was a comedy show.
Yeah. Very true. Except Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky was excellent.
Yeah,
that's the last one. Very good.
There's
very good.
Recent new one. Okay, but I have a reason for just calling it Chucky.
Because you're young.
So?
Okay.
Cassius.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just because, like, the story itself was, like, really good and, like, it wasn't that scary. Chucky, in general, like, just by himself was absolutely terrifying because I have a big fear of, like, my actual, like, toys and, like, things that are in boxes and my stuffed animals, like, just magically coming alive or being, just stop laughing at me. Like being taken over by some spirit that's like around.
Is there beer in here?
Heidi ho! Ha 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 ha!
I have a fear now. Like my brother, he's 2 and he has toys that talk and count and say colors, and that's weird. I don't like that. So awesome. That creeps me out.
Child's Play was awesome.
Does it record audio? Can you do the Heidi ho and record it and then put it?
Number 3.
Okay, number 3. Okay, this one y'all won't know, but it's Goosebumps: Night of the Living Dummy.
Oh wait, the actual
Slappy?
TV show was Slappy. Yeah, it was creepy. It was actually creepy.
Yeah, that was out of the
dolls. I mean,
yeah.
All right.
Okay, this is my time to shine. My time. Okay, so out of all of the Goosebumps like shows and little mini movies, Night of the Living Dummy was the most horrifying, like, to anybody, like, any, like, 90s kid who watched it. Like, the other ones were just, they were okay, but Night of the Living Dummy was, like, it was the real stuff. Like, that was real, and you could not watch that alone. Like, your mom had to sit in the room with you.
Or dad.
Yeah.
All right.
Number two!
And number 2 is Halloween. Obviously.
I touch you will.
Just because, like, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. And also, Michael Myers, like, just in general, is an amazing... I was about to say an amazing person. He's not an amazing
He's great. He's
actually, you know, he did Austin Powers, and, you know, he's
great. Wayne's World.
He gave out newspapers. Yeah, no. I don't mean that. I just mean his character, because he was a character that didn't speak. Everything was in body language, and everything was in the kills, and everything was... his backstory, his vendetta, like, all of that was just really powerful and just really, like, stabbed deep with, like, the feels.
With the feels.
I see what you did there.
Number 1!
Okay, and number 1, of course, I'm a little biased. Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one. Mainly, I'm a little biased because I met Heather Nancy.
Oh,
my best
that's cool.
friend. I don't care what anybody says. I love the Nightmare on Elm Street series, every single one. I don't care. Even though I have really huge beef with the new one, the 2010 version.
Whoa.
I still love it just because the story. You know, Freddy Krueger was my biggest nightmare. Truly, you know, when I was first shown it by this horrible human standing next.
Great parenting.
It terrified me, kept me up at night. I would cry. But now he's like...
I
know! It was like... But now he's like my best friend, and if I was ever in trouble in my dream, I call Freddy Krueger. Like, this happened to me. Freddy Krueger's in my dream, and he was after me, but then I realized, you know, lucid dreaming's a thing, and I switched it around, and Freddy Krueger ended up killing this person that I didn't like, so...
Freddy Krueger's a henchman, maybe?
Yeah.
Not bad. All right.
Yeah.
That's a sequel.
Ta-da!
Nice. Very nice, Aston, for your first go-around. Very nice. Very nice. Love it.
All right, where's your list at?
All right, so my number 5.
I'll do it.
Yeah. My number... Ricochet, very nice. All right, my number 5 is actually Dario Argento's Demons.
That was actually a good one.
That movie, when I first saw it in the drive-in, scared the hell out of me.
Oh my god.
Yep, the drive-in. Mission driving, baby. San Anto all day.
He's dating himself again.
I'm dating myself, but it's all right. I'm pretty hot. So anyway... Dario Argento's Demons scared the hell out of me. It was freaking amazing movie as far as just the, you know, turning into the transformations. I mean, now obviously the special effects and makeup and all that weren't the best in the world, but it was just freaking creepy as hell. Mm-hmm. And there were some really good kill scenes in that.
No, so, it was a creepy.
Yeah, it was really creepy movie. So you got to go check that out. Number 4. I'm gonna get beef on this one, but my number 4 is actually Nightmare on Elm Street.
Number 4?
I put it at number 4. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger was freaking my hero back in the day. But you know what? It's just, I mean, if you go 1, 3, that's right. 1, 3, Freddy's versus Jason.
Dang, you put that all the way before 2.
Yeah, sorry, 2 would probably be dead last. But
I give you.
Are you kidding me?
Stay on target.
Dream Child was not good. Sorry, I love you, but Dream Child was not good. Dream Master was awesome. Dream Child was not good. The Freddy's Nightmares was horrible. Sorry. That's what it's called, right?
Revenge?
No, not Freddy's. The 5th one. No, the 6th one. Was it?
Who cares? Revenge is number 2.
What was the freaking one with the 6 with the Nintendo power thing?
Alright, we're off target.
Oh my goodness!
Stay on target.
No,
stay on
I
target.
can't. Freddy's dead. Thank you.
Freddy's dead.
We'll put it up.
Freddy's dead. The final nightmare. That's what it was.
Really good one. That wasn't a good one.
Anyway, but the one that launched it all was Nightmare on Elm Street 1, and it freaking Terrence is on point on everything. Both of them are. It's just freaking great. He's amazing. All right, number 3 is Halloween.
Okay.
Halloween was made in 1978, and guess what? Everybody else started freaking following the lead of Halloween because of all the money. Now, some would argue that Psycho was actually the number 1 slasher film, which I could probably give some credit to there.
Which is true.
But you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Halloween still took it another level. It was freaking amazing, and Jamie Lee Curtis made a star out of her, and you know Donald Pleasance, you know, just was awesome. And except Halloween 2, you know, he just. All right, Halloween 4 when he started getting old, like. I gotta do it, man. You ready?
Yes, do it.
Michael Myers' hair. Michael Myers.
By then, he had done that role so many times.
Yeah, so, but other than that, Halloween 1, absolutely the freaking best. Number 2, Jaws, all day. And that is because Jaws, you have no idea what's underwater. You just have no idea. And the beginning, when she's swimming away and it's looking up at her, was great. I have this as my number 1 movie of all time because this is pretty much what true strength, vision, and discipline, that's what filmmaking is all about, because the shark was supposed to be seen a lot more. It was supposed to be a lot more brutal and gory, and the shark wouldn't work. So because the shark wouldn't work, Steven Spielberg had to think of different ways. So they used the music, they used camera angles, they used barrels just to show that the shark was present. And it was that kind of genius that just makes Jaws like freaking awesome. It's like it's a model perseverance. That's why I love that movie.
Maybe if Shia hadn't worked in the whole last Indiana Jones, we could have got some innovative direction in that movie.
Calm down.
So Jaws is my number 2. The number 1 movie all day, every day, it's The Exorcist. Come on. You just cannot beat The freaking Exorcist.
Oh my god.
Now, granted, you go from the beginning to right about when Reagan starts getting possessed, it's freaking boring as hell. That movie is so boring. But from the minute she gets possessed to the end, excellent freaking movie. And it is the creepiest, ugliest freaking movie I've ever seen in my life. I've seen it probably on a handful. I can count on my hands how many times I've seen this movie because I don't like seeing it. So that's
it.
You know what's
that's my top 5 on that one.
You know what's better than The Exorcist?
What?
Richard Pryor's stand-up on The Exorcist.
Oh God! All right.
That's actually really funny.
That's very funny. Quick shout out, rest in peace to Commandant Lassard. George Gaines passed away from Police Academy.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Commandant. I hope you have your goldfish up there in heaven, and we love you.
I love you too.
Terrence, take us home.
Real quick, I want to say because as of late, we've been adding a lot of friends on our social media through Twitter and through Facebook. Like you mentioned before, Prince Solomon and Frank Marietti. I hope I got your name right, man. I apologize, but he also has a podcast which I've also posted on our Facebook. So if you guys get a chance, but definitely if you guys see, like I said, I shared it. So if you guys see his podcast, definitely take a look. It was actually pretty entertaining. But make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you comment on this video. Let us know your top 5 horror films. We're obviously going to revisit this later in the year, but
6 through 10, baby. Halloween.
We're big horror fans, so obviously now with the whole resurgence of horror movies are coming out all the time. So this is one of the reasons why we wanted to tackle it now. And I think probably after or before this video posts, I haven't figured out the schedule yet, but I'll post a review for The Witch, which you'll love. But make sure we get some feedback on this one. Let us know what you want us to do for future top 5s, and anything else you think we can start doing.
Hey, you know what's funny is that we did horror today, and she's wearing a Jesus shirt.
I know. That's the best horror movie of all time.
Thank Jesus for making these people who wrote these movies.
No. That's the best horror movie of all time, and it's like
that's actually true.
He died and he came back. That's a zombie. That's a plot of a zombie movie.
Oh my gosh, she was not a zombie.
Okay, that's Jesus is a zombie. All right, I don't know about that. Lord, that's all him.
No.
With that being said,
where's the lightning bolt?
I'm Manny.
Terrence.
Oh, I'm Aspen.
And that was the goods.
Nice. Okay, did we have any honorable mentions on that?
Man, I want to say Amityville, but there's I don't know.
I had Candyman, Cube, Freddy vs. Jason, The Ring,
good.
Tales of the Crypt,
The Ring,
and
it was boring to me.
The Ring is good.
I watched it. She didn't like The Ring.
Yeah,
The Grudge?
We
tried.